12 manners parents aren't teaching their kids anymore. 1. Talking in person. Years ago, kids were taught how to speak in person. Emphasis was placed on language, speech, and diction. However, phones seem to replace face-to-face conversations. Kids much prefer to communicate through messages. 2. Addressing adults by their last names. Children used to always call adults by their surnames. They use Mr. or Mrs. to show respect. Today's society is much more casual. Adults encourage kids to call them by their first names. It's a way to express to children that they are equals. 3. Sitting down for dinner. Families are often too busy. They don't have time to sit down to a nightly meal, so dining skills often get pushed aside. Fast food is the norm when running between activities. 4. Setting a table. Dining together was a nightly event years ago. Children learned how to set a table properly. They knew where to put a fork, knife, spoon, and napkin. Today, families rarely share a meal, so there is no need for a set table. 5. Asking for permission. In the past, kids couldn't do anything without permission. These days, they are encouraged to do as they wish. They are often not taught otherwise. 6. Not speaking unless spoken to. Today, children are encouraged to speak up. They can freely voice their opinions. Children are still taught not to interrupt, but they are allowed to make conversation. 7. Getting dressed up. Dressing appropriately for special occasions is important, but today's fashion for children prioritizes comfort. They often don't have formal outfits or accessories. 8. Being aware of hygiene. There was a time when everyone had a handkerchief. They would always use it as necessary. Today's parents no longer seem to emphasize hygiene. Their kids don't even cover their mouths when they cough. 9. Writing thank you notes and handwritten letters. Kids writing thank you notes by hand used to be common. Today, they communicate mainly by text and emojis. Children don't know how to write a thank you note. They can't address an envelope correctly. Cursive writing is no longer mandatory in schools. 10. Saying you're welcome. Many children do not reply at all when thanked. They might say, no problem, or whatever. The proper response is to say, you're welcome. 11. Saying thank you to service workers. Many people overlook thanking the people who help them. This includes waitstaff, store clerks, and bus drivers. Saying thank you is not just about politeness. It also teaches kids to acknowledge the value of others. 12. Giving up their seat on public transport. Today, many people prioritize their child's comfort. However, most kids are able to stand for some time. This can teach them to show kindness to others.